Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest episode of Avillion and Brayden Talks. Shit be happening. Stuff do be happening. We got a lot to talk about, and as always, we're joined by the best host in the game, me, Brayden. How you doing?
Course.
I'm doing all right. I just had like a late lunch, early dinner with my mother, which was nice. Uh, Apparently she had also seen Heated Rivalry, so we did talk about that, which was
Okay.
I did not expect her to watch that, but she was like, obviously I
She
watched that.
probably didn't expect you to watch that either.
I no, I guarantee, because I had brought it up already once before the show.
Oh, okay.
She definitely was less surprised that I saw it than I was surprised that she saw it. But she was like, obviously, I watched it when your dad wasn't home. Uh, uh,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, yeah, that was funny. Um, let's see. Oh, Zelda is getting a new Lego set. I don't think I talked about that. We've talked about Lego Pokemon, but a new Lego Zelda set is coming out.
Mm.
120. I can find the money for that. I can find the money for a 120. I cannot find the money for a 650. Cannot find that lying around. If you ever, you know what? I'm not gonna tell y'all if I win the lottery, but there will be signs. Like
There
in
will
the
be signs.
background, you'll just see a $650 Lego set just chilling back there. That's how you know your brother started making it big. Um, let's see. Anything else? Well, maybe we'll talk about this together, but I saw maybe the greatest throw I've ever seen. Like, at least in terms of like in the moment watching, I think I saw the greatest throw I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that needs to be
Unfortunately,
discussed.
unfortunately, it was in a loss, but we'll get to that. But like genuinely, that was such a hype moment. I was just in my house watching that game by myself. Um, but let's kick it over to the co-host with the most, Mr. Villian Talks, Jacob. How you doing?
I doing pretty
He
well,
tightened
I
up.
must say. I'm tightened up. I feel good. I'm going to my mother's this weekend. We're gonna watch Championship Sunday together. Um,
It's fun.
so should be a good time. Um, really, let's be real. The Super Bowl is Seattle versus the Rams. Uh,
Yes, 100%.
yeah,
That's gonna be
that's
the
that's the
best.
that's the Super Bowl. So basically, yeah, I'm watching the Super Bowl with my mom this week. Uh, the spiritual Super Bowl. Watched the national championship last night. Great game.
Yeah.
I did think Miami would match up better against Indiana than most. I still thought Indiana would win by a little more, but uh, I mean, a better product that we got. What we got, 21-27. Miami almost came down and won it. Of course,
Yeah.
Carson Beck threw the game away because that's what Carson Beck does. Um, Anywho, sorry, I had to get slander in there. Um,
Besides
but
that, he
yeah,
had a good game.
I think he was fine.
Big
Yeah, I don't think
besides.
he was like
All-time
particularly
besides.
bad, but like when the game was on the line, he had to pull up. I sent the Jimmy Garoppolo gif, and I said, "Here
Yeah.
comes Carson Beck." Sure enough, that's that's what happened. But I mean, honestly, it's great for the sport. I'm really happy in there. That's just really cool. Um, let's see. Anything else on the what I've been on for or how I'm doing front? Oh yeah, watch some more Lego Ninjago, friend. The other night, got some dinner. Uh, just hanging out with the dog. It's a good time. Um, oh, we're having a baby shower at work for my coworker. So that's also nice.
Mm.
Excited for that. Excuse me, I'm chipping in $10 for food, so that'll be nice. I'm gonna just get right into it, right into the
Yeah.
meat and potatoes. Yesterday, I sent a text message. Hang on, let me pull up the exact verbiage. Let me properly quote myself. Give my citations.
You
All
said
right.
if the Titans hire Robert Sala, you'll be showing sack on the pod. So
I might have said that. I might have said that. Um, Let me find. Okay. Okay, so yesterday, the Titans interviewed Matt Nagy in the early afternoon,
Uh,
and then Robert Saleh late afternoon slash evening. They had an interview scheduled with Jeff Hafley today, but Jeff Hafley took the Dolphins job like right in between the Nagy and Saleh interviews yesterday. So obviously, and which I mean, I expected. I'm sure Tennessee probably also expected. That seemed like it was chalk for at least a couple of days that he was going to follow John Eric Sullivan from Green Bay to Miami, and he was using the meeting with the Titans as contract leverage, probably to get a couple extra bucks thrown in there. It's typical. Guys do it all the time. Saleh probably did it with Tennessee because he had the Cardinals interview going today. Would have, at least, had we not had we let him leave the building. We didn't. And I said, I 110% expect them to make their decision tonight. Just praying it's Bob. That's what I sent to Chet. And you asked why I thought it would be tonight, and I said they only have 2 finalists left, and they're both in the building today. So I thought there was no reason why they wouldn't
wait.
make the decision yesterday. If you have them both in the building, those are your 2 finalists. You're interviewing both of them, and you're in the final round of interviews. You should know at the end of the day who you're picking. Either you give Saleh the contract right there, or you tell him to kick rocks or get on the flight to Arizona, and you call Nagy back and you tell him to get it. I'm very glad of the 2 the choice was made. I did think it would be Saleh, and okay, I'm gonna victory lap a little bit here because
go off.
A lot of folks of little faith. I had to do so much damage control at like 9:30 last night because the interview ended at somewhere around 9 o'clock Eastern, 9:30 Eastern, and the Titans posted this graphic saying we have completed our interviews with the following candidates, and it had, of course, picture of Nagy and picture of Saleh. People took this to mean that Saleh had left the building and got on the plane to Arizona. Nobody said that. Nobody reported that. Nobody said, we can confirm the Titans let Saleh leave the facility without a contract. People just saw this and thought, oh, if the interview's done and the announcement wasn't made right after the interview was finished, oh, that must mean it's. And there were people, the doomerism just began immediately. People, like, I had a good friend of mine who was like, the day Mike Borgonzi gets fired, I'll be drinking. And I'm like, what the like, nothing's even happened yet. Like, what? And so I'm running PR for the Titans front office for like 2.5 hours. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, Harbaugh got hired at like 12:10 in the morning Eastern. Like, that's when the Harbaugh deal got on. And it was even announced earlier that day that he would still take the meeting with Tennessee. That was the reporting at like 8 o'clock that night, was that, meeting with the Giants went well. He's still going to go to Tennessee. Then, of course, ended up being the case that he didn't. So even when it said somebody is leaving and going to get on the or leaving and going to take a meeting with another team, still didn't happen. We didn't even have reporting that Saleh was going to leave and go take the meeting with Arizona. And people still thought the sky was fucking falling. And there was, like, all the national media types. It was nothing but Matt Nagy since fucking October. Everybody thought it was like nobody had even let the Saleh interview happen yet. Which, by the way, for the record, the interview with Saleh last night was Saleh's first interview with the Titans. They canceled his Sunday interview, the Zoom meeting interview they had scheduled, so they could get him in the building on Monday because they were that confident in him. They had vetted him properly. They had done the research. They liked him so much, they didn't even need to do a first interview with Saleh to consider him one of their 3 finalists for the job. That says something about how much they wanted Robert Saleh and how much they liked Robert Saleh. And again, like, it was, you'd think hell had frozen over with the way people were reacting to not immediately getting news that Saleh was the head coach right after the interview had been completed, even though that's never been how this works. I understand being like, I was refreshing my phone from like 8 o'clock onwards, as I'm like, as long as there's delusion, there is hope, and I'm constantly looking for it. And at the end of I had almost given up on something happening that night, like, because at around 10 p.m., Tom Pelissero had said the teams to watch for Sean McDermott, recently fired Sean McDermott, we'll definitely discuss that today too, were like, I think he said Buffalo, Pittsburgh, or excuse me, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Tennessee. And I'm like, fuck, did we let Saleh leave the building so we could go talk with Sean McDermott? I'm like, why even take that risk? He's gonna want like the Ravens job probably. Just go fucking just bring in Saleh. And sure enough, I'm brushing my teeth last night. I'm getting ready for bed. I hop up in the bed, open my phone, open the Instagram app. First thing I see is a breaking graphic with a picture of Robert Saleh. I didn't even read it. I started going nuts. I was fucking, and I immediately started texting.
Yo,
Even the guy that
recreate it.
made. Huh?
I was like, recreate it. You said you started going crazy in the bed.
Oh,
Bed's right behind you.
Later, maybe. But I'm flipping the fuck out, and I immediately started texting folks who told me it was gonna be Nagy, or like Titans fans who were like getting all doomer about it before anything even happened. I don't know what more Mike Borgonzi needs to do in his time as the Titans GM to prove that he has a little more integrity than this fan base might give him credit for. He's not like, you interview 19 different candidates just to hire your best friend. No, I'm sorry. Now, look, me personally, I would take my best friend as far along in the process as possible. If I was the GM of the Tennessee Titans, I would take my good friend Brayden McClellan. You mean to tell me I can take Brayden out on the fanciest dinner in town on the company dime? Fuck yeah, I'm doing it. Like, why wouldn't Matt Nagy be a finalist? That didn't mean he was ever going to get the fucking job.
Actually, that reminds me, I had a dream last night. I think all this coaching stuff is getting to me. I had a dream last night where I became an NFL head coach. Like not like my life was different. Like just I randomly right now just became an NFL head coach. Also, awesome. you did too. But I guess, but I think the vibe was more of like you had earned it for some reason. But I dead ass was like, but like dead ass like I was a boiler tech one day, and the next day I got like a notey like, yo,
incredible.
And I was the Seahawks. It was specifically the Seahawks. That's how much they've been on my mind. Something happened with Mike. I don't know what happened with Mike, but hey, I became the head. Apparently, I sent in like a video, like resume, and they were like, "You're the guy." And I got $1 million signing bonus, and I was able to pay off my house. I think that's the real motivating factor of the dream. Was like I got to pay off my fucking house. But yeah, that's how much this coaching cycle is crazy. I'm starting to affect my dreams. But dude, I got hyped. I was like, holy shit, I'm an NFL head coach. I felt it. I felt that in the dream, and I was like, my life's different now.
Yeah. But I mean, like they're great for, like, there was never a chance Nagy wasn't going to be found. Again, if I can take you out on a fancy dinner on the company dime, my best friend.
I'm loyal to Seattle, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not even interviewing, dude.
Look, I'm not trying to poach you away from your from your new position. Just say, like, I understand, but I mean, the reporting was Saleh won them over. The interview lasted a little over 5 hours long. Like, clearly they got along just fine, because he walked away with a contract. I don't think the contract details are fully ironed out. I know it's 5 years. The numbers have not been reported yet. They're probably still working on some of the language. Like we saw, like with Harbaugh, it took like a week and a half for the, all the finer verbiage and whatnot to get sorted out. I don't think it'll take that long, Saleh, but still, it might be like, I don't know, tomorrow or Wednesday, and then his introductory presser probably going to be Thursday, Friday, which I cannot wait for Robert Saleh to get the Liam Cohen question during his introductory presser. I cannot wait for somebody to ask him about the altercation on September 28th.
I forgot about all that.
After the Jaguars game. Not only do we get them to playing each other twice a year, it runs deeper than just a little bit of press conference banter and then the altercation at the end of that game. With, let's be real, if Cohen and Saleh were to actually fight, Cohen would not leave the ring alive. But that's respectfully,
he's
damn good football coach. He ain't putting up a fight if.
That's how you really strengthen rivalries. Like that's what I was. With how much rosters can kind of change over now in the NFL,
right?
Besides like real key pillars, Like the
Right.
coaches hating each other, that's how that shit gets cemented. I
Right.
love that
And
Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur do not fuck with each other.
I told you when I had predicted because when they said the finalists would soon be announced, they're gonna have somewhere between 3 to 5 of them. I gave 5, and I said the 2 that I am confident in are Matt Nagy and Robert Saleh. Fucking nailed it. Like those are the 2 I had at the top. They hadn't even talked to Saleh yet, but I like just the idea of Saleh talking with Mike Borgonzi. It just made so much sense. They're very they see the game the same way, in my opinion. Clearly, I mean it's proven that's proven to be true because that was the vision they wanted for this team, was whatever Saleh told them. Apparently, he had a very detailed offensive coordinator plan. I'm very excited to see how that comes to fruition. Speaking of, Mike McDaniel just withdrew from the second interview with Cleveland he was supposed to have tomorrow. He withdrew his name from consideration. So I'm just saying, like, you really only get 2 shots at being a head coach in the NFL. I'm not spending my second shot on whatever the Browns got going on right now. I wouldn't do it either. For a first timer, sure. Or for a bridge coach, sure. But because if you're a first timer, you get the excuse later on, like Saleh did, where it's like that was a mess. You know, how much can you really hold that against him? But if it's your second opportunity and you fail, like, you really only get 2 shots at this. Like, some guys don't even get the second shot. McDaniel will, because he's one of the brightest offensive minds in the league, and people are always looking for that. You should pick a better, and I think he knows, you should pick a better opportunity than what Cleveland has right now. So, smart, I think, for him to just say, yeah, I'm not doing it. But the Saleh Cohen beef, it runs deeper than just the altercation and
Sure.
the press conference before that. Saleh was a finalist for the Jags coaching job last year. Now, if you remember, Liam Cohen initially declined because they weren't going to fire Trent Baalke. And Liam Cohen was going to go back to Tampa. And Saleh probably heard that news and thought he was going to be the head coach of the Jags this year after Liam Cohen said he was going back to Tampa. And then a couple days later, come to find out, Liam Cohen, in the middle of the night, sneaks away, goes back to interview with Jacksonville again after they fire Trent Baalke. And lo and behold, he eventually ends up getting the job. Saleh doesn't get a job in the last cycle, and he happily goes back to San Francisco. He loves it there. They love him there. If you listen to George Kittle, like an offensive guy, somebody that doesn't even like, Saleh's not even in their meetings, but they fucking love him, which, you know, it's great to hear for me, because I sure hope my guys fucking love him too. And Jeff Simmons especially. He was talking about Saleh on, because he recorded an episode for Bussin' with the Boys yesterday morning, and he even mentioned Saleh in that video when talking about like prospective head coaches. So I know Jeff's having a good time. Anywho, Saleh probably thought he was going to be the Jags head coach last year for a couple days, until Cohen eventually decided no, he is going to take it. I think he got that probably pissed him off, because he probably thought he had it in the bag. And knowing that you were the second choice and that they were willing to fire their GM to go get this guy because they wanted him that bad, I understand why that might upset him. So, then they have the altercation in late September, and then early mid-October, Brian Callahan gets fired. Gun to my head, I would say probably, yeah, I think Saleh has thought about getting this job for quite some time. Saleh's agent said Tennessee was, Saleh's agent is Diana Rossini said Tennessee was his top choice. Saleh's agent said he was over the moon happy to be landing this job. And I think there's a lot of truth to this. Saleh did, again, have the interview initially scheduled the very next day after the playoff game. The Zoom interview was supposed to happen on Sunday, regardless of the 49ers game outcome. But because they lost, they were like, let's just get you in the building now, since you don't have another game to prepare for. But Saleh clearly made it a priority to talk with Tennessee. And, I mean, you don't do that unless you want the job. And there's obvious reasons why Saleh would want this job. For one, Mike Borgonzi's reputation around the league. But you look defensively, having a guy like Saleh and Jeff Simmons are gonna fucking love each other. Yeah. Because it's not just the fact that you have the best interior defensive lineman in the NFL, and he is first and foremost, Saleh does love the fronts. Like that's such a good culture fit, those two, because like Saleh is a high energy, he's a rah guy, like hard nosed kind of dude. Jeff Simmons has that grit to him. I fucking love it. Like I think it's great. I made a tier list not long ago of like prospective coaches, like of all the 19 candidates the Titans had interviewed. Saleh was third on my tier list, and I did have him in the top tier. So I don't have to walk nothing back. I don't have to cope. I don't have to pretend I like this more than I do. No, I just really like this. This is awesome.
Let's see. It was him.
Chris Shula and Jesse Minter were 2 and 1. Yeah, but they were all in my give him $1 trillion tier. Yeah. So big Robert Saleh fan over here. Definitely a Robert Saleh Jets tenure apologist. You had the owner's son using Madden ratings to evaluate players. You had Aaron Rodgers cosplaying as the GM. Frankly, your authority's being undermined at every turn. You're forced to fire your offensive coordinator so that you can bring in Nathaniel Hackett. Like, if the culture eventually fell through there, it's like how can the player see him as an authority figure when the GM, the owner, and the quarterback, frankly, are constantly overstepping? It's just not how NFL locker rooms are supposed to function. You can't make your head coach look like a dweeb. You can't make your head coach look powerless. Guys are just not gonna respect him the same way. It just doesn't make sense. It's just a bad structure. The Jets' defense under Saleh was, from the first game he coached to the last game he coached, across those 3 years and 5 games, were first in the NFL in yards allowed per drive. First. Like,
weren't moving the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's been proven time and time again, wherever Saleh goes, they perform. Like, San Francisco had you and me playing corner last year. You and me playing on the defensive line as well. You and me playing linebacker by the end of the season.
That's all you need.
And I think we might need a little more.
You ain't seen my swipe through. You have not seen my fucking swipe through.
All right, fair enough. But, and he had them boys not playing terribly. Like, even like people.
Look at that.
People talk about 41 points in the division round. First of all, kickoff return to start. You can't blame Robert.
What a tone setter. God, also, what a tone setter.
Yeah, the game was over at the kickoff. But also 3 turnovers for San Francisco's offense. Like, you're constantly in short field. It's just not really conducive to stopping the team from scoring. So I think they overachieved given the personnel last year in San Francisco.
Both sides of the ball were getting fucked each week.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was like every week somebody just died.
Every year this happens to San Francisco.
It's the fucking power plant.
Dude, we're at a point where it may be. Dude.
I'm at the point where I'm like, hey, fuck, why not try moving the practice facility somewhere else?
Like, yeah, because it's like, guys, y'all are cursed.
It stays exactly the same. Like, but they cannot stay healthy over here. This is it does, like, they've changed the strength and conditioning coaches before. Ain't shit changed. It's been the same thing. It's not like they play on like a rough surface either. Like, it's not like MetLife turf or something. Like, no, this is just they just get hurt every year. It's ridiculous. But
you're ruining it.
I do really like this hire. Early reports indicate that Bones Fossil will probably be keeping his job as the special teams coordinator, which absolutely, I mean, that's without question, that's what should happen. First team All-Pro punt returner. Like, you're telling me the coach that did that shouldn't stay? Like, nah. Like, especially with how historically bad the special teams was the previous year with Cole Anderson as special teams coordinator, how quickly Bones turned it around. Yeah, I would be over the moon if Fossil maintains his role. He's still under contract, so I mean, as long as they want him, they'll have him. I'm sure he'd love to stay. I know he loves the guys.
I want you.
So, defensive coordinator hire, I don't care all that much, honestly. Like, because Salah's gonna be calling plays. He's already said. So, I don't know. Somebody you think maybe could do it if Saleh ever wants to not, but Salah said like he felt disconnected from the game by not calling plays, and he doesn't want to feel that way, so that's why he will be calling plays in his second stint. Um, Offensive coordinator hire is very intriguing
Yeah.
because I mean this you absolutely have to get right
Yeah,
because that was
you
a
got a
big part of
second
the
year quarterback.
right, and his development obviously is paramount here. The obvious Mike McDaniel connection. They are very good friends. They went on double dates together. Like they've known each other for years. They are very tight.
Bro, I didn't know
This
they
is a
were like
relation.
that.
They are. This is a relationship-driven league for the most part. Obviously, there are times when you hire the Robert Saleh instead of your best friend Matt Nagy. But generally speaking, like
Well, the
Jeff
overlap.
Hadley following John Eric Sullivan, right? Like this is a relationship-driven league. A lot of times
A lot of boy
when you
love.
have a hole to fill, you find guys that you know. If
Story of my life. Hello.
Hello. McDaniel missed out on the Lions job. Side note, no disrespect, Drew Petzing looks like a toddler. Like genuinely, like legitimately looks like a toddler. Like have you ever seen a picture of Drew Petzing? He looks like he's got like Benjamin Buttons, just a straight like 40-year-old toddler. No, again, no disrespect. Just that's just what he's got going on. Like,
Oh.
but yeah, they went with Drew Petzing, which I thought was an interesting. I'll withhold judgment until we see it fail. I don't know that I love it. Especially when Mike McDaniel's available. Like, just fucking go hire McDaniel. But they said he wasn't a good fit. If Mike McDaniel isn't a good fit for your like, I don't know, maybe your team just sucks. Like, I don't. Maybe it was like a culture fit thing because McDaniel's
Obviously.
kind of a dweeb versus like.
That's entirely it. I'm
Campbell,
trying
like,
to imagine the two of them in the same room.
because I'm thinking like you mean to tell me Jared Goff isn't the right quarterback for like Goff's the perfect quarterback for McDaniel's offense. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Jahmyr Gibbs in that run scheme? Like, I fail to see what's not fitting here. But
yeah,
it's probably is just a personality thing. Like, you know, maybe Dan Campbell and Mike McDaniel vibe necessarily. Whatever, I get it, but like you look at some of the other jobs around the league. Okay, like the Eagles job, obviously that's a big one. If McDaniel wants the Eagles job, there's the Tampa Bay job as well, which
interesting.
I don't know that either of those jobs are quite as attractive as like maybe it would initially seem. Most like Tampa, Grizzard underperforms in his first year, gets fired immediately.
True.
Patullo, same thing, underperforming his first year, fired immediately. Now McDaniel, obviously, if he goes to one of those two teams and they have a great offense, and it's like, okay, yeah, he's still awesome, let's hire him again. Yeah, sure, absolutely. But if he does if one of those two offenses does underperform again, like that's not like you won't have expectations in somewhere like Tennessee necessarily in year one. They scored less than 17 points per game last year. If you even score like 21, 22 points per game, you know, you're heralded as a saint. Like that's monumental achievement there. My other favorite offensive coordinator option, I would love Brian Daboll for Cam Ward. Daboll loves Cam Ward. That was very well substantiated. He wanted to trade up for him. Even on draft day, the Giants did offer one final package, allegedly, Tennessee for the number one pick. They really liked Cam. Daboll's passing scheme, I think, is great for Cam because it reads deep to shallow rather than shallow to deep. And I think that's how Cam's wired. I think Cam likes to air it out. Didn't as much last year because that's not how Callahan's scheme works. But I think Daboll and Cam would be in lockstep. Excuse me, in that regard. Couple other fun nuggets of information. Salah has 7 kids. One of them is named Jacob, and another one is named Sam. My brother's name is Sam.
Whoa.
And my name is Jacob.
Fuck,
so
dude,
I
that's
thought that
already
was pretty.
dad, dude. That's already daddy.
I thought that was pretty interesting. I know my mom thinks he's handsome from his time as the Jets head coach. I know she had a game on one time and she was like, "Oh, he's handsome." So, mom approved for sure. My dad and brother, because I was texting them, you know, a few hours leading up to it, and I told them frankly, like, "Yeah, I want Salah. Like, that's my option here. Like, that's what I'm riding with." Uh, and it happened. My dad actually flew last night. I'm like, have a safe flight. I hope Robert Saleh doesn't have a flight at all, because I hope he's on Zillow looking at houses in the Nashville area. But yeah, no, I think I really very pleased to get my third favorite option of this cycle. I do think Shula and Minter are both probably gunning for those like more stable organizations. Totally get it as well, like it's not every year you get like, Prime Lamar is available if you want to go coach him. The most stable organization in the sport has an opening because the coach stepped down, not even got fired. He just chose to resign.
Prime Josh Allen. I know it's not the
And
same level of
then
organization, but prime Josh
the
Allen.
the Bills, who have been top 5 in point differential, top 5 in point differential 5 years in a row. That roster, you can coach that roster with prime Josh Allen and prime Lamar Jackson, both available right now if you want to go coach them. Totally understand why somebody might be like, yeah, I want like Jesse Minter, who got interview requests from every single team in the league except for Buffalo, which they're probably going to request him anyway. Just because that opening just happened. Like, yeah, I'm sure he's maybe being a little more choosy. Shula, I know, picked Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Miami. Obviously, Miami job has been taken. Jeff Hafley also got hired yesterday. But Baltimore and Pittsburgh, I know Shula's interested in both of those jobs. Yeah. I think I've said most of what I wanted to say about Saleh. I think there might have been something else, and I might be on it right now. Yeah, went over coordinators somewhat. Okay, the couple other coordinators I will mention. So Bobby Slowick is definitely an option. Which I think his Texans tenure, seeing how CJ Stroud has played I'll say real offense, because Nick Caley's offense does require full field reads, pre-snap reads, a lot of quarterback responsibility that it doesn't seem like CJ Stroud has necessarily handled very well.
The only good CJ Stroud we've seen at this point has been under
is Bobby Slowick, which was a simplified offense to like make things easy for a rookie quarterback. Totally makes sense. Like, that's even in normal circumstances. But like, now there's legitimate questions of if CJ Stroud can handle more than that. Like,
it's bad. It is bad.
Yeah, we like serious conversations need to be had over there. So I like Cam already had a lot of those responsibilities in year one, and I thought juggled them just fine. So Slowick wouldn't have to dumb the offense down for Cam in Tennessee. So he's like if Daboll and McDaniel are both unavailable, I'm fine with Slowick being the one. It feels like settling a little bit, but also like I don't think it would suck. Like, I'm totally fine with that. Clay Kubiak, I would love. Currently the 49ers offensive coordinator. Kyle Shanahan has said he would block Clay Kubiak from going somewhere else to be a play calling OC, but like that's kind of a dick move. Like,
yeah, come on,
industry standard is like, if you have a coach like Zach Taylor is letting David Pitcher go get like he interviewed for the Bucs job just a little bit ago. Like, Zach Taylor's letting David Pitcher go look for play calling OC jobs. Like, coaches generally, either if you're a defensive coach with a non-play calling defensive coordinator, or an offensive coach with a non-play calling offensive coordinator, generally, if that guy wants to get that what is essentially a promotion in that sense, because it's more valuable to teams if they know you can do it. Like, they always, for the most part, let them. For Shanahan to not let Kubiak, if Kubiak wanted to go, like, I understand not doing it maybe for other teams, but like, I don't know, like for Saleh, like, I do it for Saleh, man. Come on, like,
come on now.
Come on now. Like, if you're not gonna do it for, like, I understand not doing it for like Seattle or some shit if Clint leaves this year and they're like, hey, can we have Clay? Like, fuck no. Like, I wouldn't say yes to a division rival.
Give me a
like,
Kubiak.
Like, probably for an AFC team, like, yeah, go interview for the Chargers job. But yeah, just frankly, yeah, just dick move if he doesn't let him. It's other conference. Like, you're not gonna have to see him. You're not gonna have to suffer the consequences yourself. Like, you're the play caller anyways. You're the best play caller in the sport, frankly. Like, who gives a shit?
You're
Like,
the
you can
best.
put
Nobody's better.
Kyle Shanahan could have me as the offensive coordinator. Like, I wouldn't even have to worry about installs. I'll just hang out with the guy. Like, he would handle that shit himself just fine. Like,
One of the boys.
not like I like that he like Clay Kubiak must be good if Shanahan's like really wanted to hold on to him for dear life. So you may as well let me have him. Um, but another name I've heard thrown out there is Adam Stenovich. I have a hard time believing that one because if Stenovich is going anywhere, it would probably be to Miami to go follow Hafley. Like, I don't know why he
I'm
would
in
leave Green Bay to
Miami.
go coach with Saleh. And if because Hafley's probably going to want Stenovich in Miami if LaFleur will let him, which I think LaFleur would. Um, let's see. Mike LaFleur is another one. If technically Saleh fired LaFleur with the Jets, but like that wasn't Saleh's decision. That was ownership's decision. Saleh did not want to fire LaFleur, and I'm sure he communicated that to him when he did it. He said, "Hey, this doesn't come from me." Woody Johnson's bitch ass said I had to fire you so we can make room for Nathaniel Hackett. Um, again, just a laundry list of bullshit Saleh had to deal. Like, I'm generally, and I made this point several pods ago at this point, I'm generally against retreads. I would like to take a chance on a guy who hasn't done it before because you might find like Jesus Christ himself at head coach if you hire a guy who's never done it. You don't know. Whereas guys who've done it before and failed, you kind of know what you're getting. There are circumstances, however, in which like guys clearly deserve second chances. Saleh is very near the top of that list, if not at the top. Like, very obvious that what happened into it. Now, the head coach is never blameless when you have 3 losing seasons. Like, I get it. There was a lot that was outside of his control, that a lot that should have been in his control that wasn't in his
Nah,
control,
you get to be
including his own.
blameless. The Jets, nah, bro, you're
I think
blameless.
it's as blameless as it gets, frankly. Yeah, like I think he deserves more grace than pretty much anybody else, and I maintained that position before I knew he'd be a finalist for this job. So easier to push that agenda now that he's my coach. But yeah, I firmly believe this. So I'm very excited to see what round 2 looks like, especially, I think for the most part they're gonna let him build his own staff. Cause I know Borgonzi was asked about Bones when he had his end of the year press conference, and he said we'd love to keep Bones, but it is the next head coach's decision. Like, he gets to build his own staff, but yeah, we'd love to have Bones here still. And I do think, they talked with Saleh for 5 hours. I'm sure, hey, who are your coordinators going to be? Obviously came up. I'm sure they mentioned, hey, we got a special teams coordinator here that we really like. If you want to bring in your own guy, we won't stop you, but I think you should very seriously consider keeping him. He did a great job last year. Turner was an all-pro, for Christ's sake. Like,
yeah, that helps a
football
lot.
guy, very energetic. Like, I think Saleh and Bones along great. Both very high energy coaches, motivational guys, rah guys. I think they'll have a lot of fun together.
Rah rah rah.
So defensive coordinators, like, if I had to guess, like, it wouldn't be like a Raheem Morris, because I'm sure he'd want to call plays. Like, Raheem might just go to San Francisco. Would make sense there. I could see Chris Kasurek, the 49ers D-line coach, following Saleh to Tennessee to be the defensive coordinator, which I would love. That would be an absolute slam dunk. I think so he can help you with the installs, and he's a front first kind of guy, which I know Jeff Simmons would love. Regardless, I do feel pretty strongly that this won't impact like the whole draft, but what we do at pick 4, I think this changes things.
Sure.
Because of course I was thinking wide receiver prior to us hiring Saleh, and if we had hired an offensive coach, 100%, I'm still thinking receiver. But you hire Robert Saleh, who loves himself some big boys up front. This is probably an edge rusher at 4th overall, and it's either Ruben Bain or it's David Bailey. I'm gonna lean Bailey right now, just because I don't think Tennessee has Borgonzi and Brinker have very strict measurable cutoffs, and Ruben Bain is like as sawed off as they get as far as arm length goes. So he would have to be like a ridiculous outlier, which I think he could be, because he is just that kind of football player. When you watch, like, he passes if an alien came down to Earth and started watching Miami, would they be able to point at the best player on the field? Yes. Number 4. That's him. He's a fucking game wrecker. And he's done it all year long, and he's done it to his face. It's just, you do have obviously the arm length that matters, because nobody with his arm length has ever really succeeded at that level, to the degree that you'd hope Bane would, with how productive he's been and how he's looked. So I don't know if Tennessee would be the team, just because they typically do value traits quite a bit, of which Bailey has a lot. Bailey's got like 35-inch arms. So I'll lean Bailey for now. Reserve the right to change that opinion, but I do think Bailey would be more likely. Either way, I think it's one of those two at 4th overall, which, again, totally fine with me. You'll get no complaints. David Bailey, 4th overall. Yeah, I think that might be it on the solid front. Sean McDermott.
Yeah. Not the if one had to go, not the one. Should have not.
They had 3 choices, right? They had 3 choices. If you think
even I froze. There
Okay,
we
we're
go.
I think they had 3 choices, and I think 2 of them would have been perfectly fine choices. Option number 1,
Trade Josh Allen.
Sure. Option number 1, you fire Brandon Beane, who has frankly not drafted nearly well enough. Option number 2, if you want to clean house completely, I get it, because I'm not a big fan necessarily of staggering head coach and GM hires. I like bringing guys in together. So if you said, we want a complete reset, we want a whole new group to try to take this team over the hump, okay, fine. You can fire McDermott if you're also going to fire Beane. That's acceptable. Just firing McDermott and then giving Brandon Beane a promotion?
Bad idea.
Not a big fan of what was behind door. Right move at all. Beane is not, frankly, one of the Bills' best draft classes was McDermott's first year, where Beane wasn't even there yet, I don't think. And McDermott oversaw the draft operation, because that was Tre'Davious White, that was Matt Milano, that was Deion Dawkins.
Jesus.
Like, three mainstays of this franchise for this.
That can't be. Yeah. Beane couldn't have been there, because I think Beane's only drafted like 2 Pro Bowlers in the draft beside Josh Allen era.
Well, right. Beane got there, I think, in 2018, because I think 2017 was McDermott's first year, and he oversaw the draft process in 2017. Drafted 3 great players.
Yeah. And
Beane, drafted Josh Allen. Fairs, you took the gamble, and McDermott was willing to let it ride and say, here's our development plan. We're going to play him, and we're going to believe in him. They both get credit for that. Okay, you draft James Cook, and the other Pro Bowler was Dawson Knox. And let's be real, I'm pretty sure Dawson Knox was an alternate that year who got in because Kelsey went to the Super Bowl or something. Like, I don't think that was like a Dawson Knox had an incredible season and he was one of the 2 best tight ends in the no, that's never been. They drafted a tight end in the first round a couple of years ago because Knox wasn't good enough. We don't have to pretend Dawson Knox is an elite player. James Cook is. I mean, the fumbles aside, James Cook is an incredible running back. Ball security is a legitimate issue, but yeah, Cook's awesome. But so in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024, and 2025, that's now 8 draft classes. And outside of the first pick in 2018, which was Josh Allen, you drafted 2 Pro Bowlers, and one of them's Dawson Knox. We've got some guys here. I like Khalil Shakir. I like Ed Oliver. Maybe not 9th overall good, but he's been solid. Greg Rousseau, another guy they had a development plan for, stuck with it. He's a good player. When was the last time they drafted a difference maker? It was James Cook, and that was the one difference maker they've drafted since drafting Josh Allen. There were 3 difference makers.
The Diggs trade was good. Kind of.
Well, if they kept that pick, they would have drafted Justin Jefferson.
Do they?
So was it? I mean, probably. I don't know what their board looked like. I can't tell you.
We don't know.
Sure.
They might be all right, let's just grab a fucking guard.
but I mean, with the draft picks they've had, Sean McDermott drafted 3 difference makers in 2017. Deion Dawkins, franchise left tackle, he's still there.
Yep.
Trey White, they brought him back this year. He played good football for them at corner. Matt Milano, legitimate all-pro caliber linebacker who, injuries aside, has been a phenomenal football player for them, like since year 2. Like, has just been that guy. That was Sean McDermott's draft. Those were his guys. Brandon Beane's guys, after many, many years of doing this, he's not hitting. He's not hitting these right. And McDermott, 5 weeks ago, had a meeting with Brandon Beane and the owner, Pagula, and he said, hey, we've got some holes on this roster. We've got some things we need to address. And apparently Beane and Pagula both came away from that meeting offended. Like... And like being gets very defensive when anybody asks him about wide receivers. It's like you've got Khalil Shakir and Brayden McClellan at wide receiver. That's it. That's like all we got. Like you need more, man. Like Keon Coleman stinks. Is what it is. Keon Coleman stinks. Like Brandon Cooks. Okay, he's fine. He's like what 31. Like, he's not prime Brandon Cooks. Tyrell Shavers, who is...
Look at that. Hold on. Oh, look at that. Hold on, Josh, I'm open.
And like that's it. Like that's the wide receiving core. It's terrible.
Me and Keon get cookies after practice.
Type shit. I can't believe Brandon Beane still has a job. I don't know if this is like
he walked in there. I saw somebody make the joke. He walked in there. He was like, "Look, I know I suck at this job, but what if I'm better at this other job? Give me a promotion."
That's how cops get promoted. That's how you make detective. Anywho,
we're gonna put you on paid leave and move you over to another precinct over here.
And then you're gonna get promoted within a month, and then yeah. Sorry about that guy you killed.
Shouldn't have worn a hoodie. It's 30 degrees outside. Not okay.
There's a big pocket in that hoodie. He could have been concealing a weapon. I don't know. He had his hands in his pockets. He was keeping his hands warm. Yeah, I mean, Sean McDermott's had that job for 9 years. He's probably pretty sad right now, I'd have to imagine. I mean, he loved it there, I'm sure. Probably loved the city. Definitely loved Josh Allen. A lot of players apparently were completely blindsided by this, and they were pissed off. Which, yeah, I mean, he's a culture guy, with the 9/11 references and whatnot. You can't get away with that shit unless your team loves you, frankly, because that would just be.
What did he say again exactly? Wasn't something it kind of funny?
Like it was like talking about like how organized they were. Like, that couldn't have been done if they weren't. If they were a team.
Pull something like that off, they got to be a team.
You can't get some shit like that done unless you're a well-oiled machine, right? I think that was mostly the point he was making. Which, to be fair, he was absolutely correct. But no.
Great point.
Great point. Interesting delivery, but. Stefanski to Atlanta. I don't think that happened between the last two because that was a couple days ago too. That was recent. That did not happen before our last pod.
No, but you had already talked about it.
That was recent. Well, we had talked about I think a few pods ago, like how much I'd like the fit with Stefanski in Atlanta, just because of all the offensive personnel.
It fits so good.
It makes sense. I mean, obviously Matt Ryan felt the same way.
Bijan Robinson's stock to the moon.
Oh, he's running for 2K next year, 100%. Bill Callahan, officially the offensive line coach as of today as well, which we'll see. I don't know. I think he's kind of washed. That's just my unbiased opinion on the matter. Brian Callahan's
his
actually
son just sucks.
Oh my goodness.
Where's
Some
Brian?
of the things Jeff said, like Jeff was trying to be as kind as possible because he does. Like Brian's a good dude, but like Bones Fossil was doing the Friday tape study, like. Brian Callahan wasn't even doing the Friday tape study. It was the special teams coordinator. Like, apparently there would be bad plays from the game that they would deliberately not show on film to, like, not hurt guys' feelings or something. Like, just like zero accountability. And it's like I honestly I can't believe he made it. The only reason I think Brian Callahan made it a second year is because Amy was already paying like coaches and she didn't want to pay a fourth.
That it's also
Like
like when you're a team that fires a coach after 1 year, like kind of a bad look sometimes.
generally, yeah, but I mean,
Especially if something historic bad doesn't happen.
yeah. Well, it was pretty bad, but yeah, it wasn't like Urban Meyer bad, but it was like it was bad. After some of the details have come out. It's
Sure.
not ideal, but yeah, I mean, fired 6 games into his second year, uh, right before the Titans played the Patriots. Is a reason he was fired when he was fired. It's because Vrabel was coming to town that next week. Amy didn't want to get embarrassed by having Vrabel beat the guy she hired to replace it. It's a saying often in sports. You don't want to be the guy who comes after the guy. You want to be the guy replacing the guy replacing the guy.
Yeah, you don't want to be Mac Jones. You want to be fucking Drake May.
Right, because the expectations are there for Brian Callahan when you fire a successful coach like Mike Vrabel. There were flaws there, but ultimately, obviously, very successful tenure. Had made an AFC Championship game, won the division twice, had a 1 seed at one. Clearly had a very good understanding of the game, of some of the finer nuances of the rules. Game management was really good, like culture was good. Great football coach, and it's proven again this year. He's been awesome in New England. I'm happy for him. Vrabel's a good dude. Like, he's having success. He's probably gonna go to the Super Bowl because Bo Nix's ankle fucking exploded. Not that Bo Nix is the engine that drives the train over there, but it matters. Like Jared Stidham's not winning an AFC Championship game. I don't think. Could be wrong. I'm not picking it. Spoiler alert for when we do our picks later.
We'll talk about it. I ain't ruling it out.
I'm not ruling
Mile
it out.
high,
I think it's less likely. I probably would have picked Denver had Knicks played. I don't think I'll be picking.
I wouldn't have.
But when you hire Brian Callahan after firing Mike Vrabel, the expectation is that Callahan turns this thing around, because you fire a good coach, you fire a successful coach because you feel like you need a change of scenery. You need a guy who's going to come revolutionize the offense a bit. And it's really bad year one. You're 3-14, and then you start out 1-5 the following. You don't want to be Brian Callahan because the constant variable comparisons. Now Robert Saleh, on the other hand, you're inheriting a team that's won 6 games in the last 2 years, brother. If you win 6 games in year one, that already looks like a success. And he won 7 games with you and me playing quarterback back in like 2022.
You ain't saying my drawback.
My fault. Or 2023, like Aaron Rodgers' Achilles snapped in half 4 plays into the season, and they still won 7 games. The season beforehand, they won 7 games. Like, so.
Look at that motion. Look at that hip sway. Look at that fucking hips. Oh.
You got the Dak Prescott hips. So
if I had less stuff on the ground right there, it might have really fucking shown out. But
so yeah, you don't want to be the guy who comes after the guy. Generally, you want to be the guy after the guy after the guy, because the guy after the guy more often not succeed.
You sound like the 4th guy in line at the fucking Bonnie Blue event. You don't want to be the guy. You don't want to be the guy after the guy. You want to be the guy after the guy after the guy. It's like, oh, dude.
Semi-related, that shameless cameraman flashing the kept over and over again, just putting the camera on Abella Danger, brother. We know what you're doing. Okay,
it's a one-handed cameraman operation over there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
The jokes of people being like, I let out a yo, and then had to play off like I don't know who the fuck that is next to my wife.
Hey, honey, this is Abella Danger. She's a famous Miami fan. Jesus. Yeah. Cannot believe. But yeah, they just kept putting the fucking camera. But yeah, funny stuff. Let's see what else. Anything else important happened? Anything else worth talking about?
Well, we still have the actual games. Well, we haven't talked about the games at
We're
all.
right. Oh shit. Yeah, we haven't even discussed the. Yeah, well, we talked about the Caleb throw
We
earlier.
talked about the
Yeah, that was
Caleb throw.
fucking
Best throw I've ever seen in my life.
great football game too.
Yeah.
Phenomenal game.
Gosh. God, I wish the Bears won. So close.
I saw somebody say that like the most heartbreaking part about this Bears loss is that they won't be back next year. Then somebody else said this is the most obvious first to worst team I've ever seen. It's like, no, they're not.
Relax.
Like, what?
First
No,
year with
they
this head coach.
Yeah, I was
Think
like,
it's
they
a
could be, but like, you've got
tough
an elite
division.
head coach and a second-year quarterback. Like, there's no reason. Like, yeah, they've got some older guys on defense, and there's work that needs to be done, still to like make like produce some sustained success. But like, obvious first to worst, I don't like.
Eh, eh.
Can we go through the offseason first?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible because it's like Packers, Lions, Vikings. Those teams can
Yeah,
always
it's a
tick
great
up at any
division.
moment.
Like, we'll
but like,
see.
settle down.
Like, for what it's, and I love Kevin O'Connell. Ben Johnson already has more playoff wins than Kevin O'Connell. 3 less seasons. So I wouldn't say obvious first to word. Like, that's ridiculous. They already tied Matt LaFleur for playoff wins, I'm pretty sure, because I think LaFleur's only win was that win against Dallas. I could be wrong. I think they've only won the.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember any other Packers.
Because they're the 7th seed every year, and the 7th seed only won the one time, and that was that Dallas game. Every other 7th seed ever has lost, other than Green Bay beating Dallas. Sorry.
Like, how many times you gotta say it? You said like 8 times.
Hey, did you know that the only number 2 seed to ever lose to a 7th seed was your Dallas Cowboys? All right, sorry. That was a blowout too. That game wasn't even close. That was like,
Bro, what is this?
sorry. All right, yeah, so I was very mean. I was like, hi, baby. There's an Onyx right here if you guys want to say hi.
We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the other game on the NFC side, that shit wasn't even close.
Yeah, I didn't even really watch that one. Like, I tuned in and I was like, how are the Seahawks? Damn, already up 7? It's too early in the game. Did they like? How fast did they score? And then I saw like the kick return. I was like, oh shit. And then like,
yeah, that's Rashid Shaheed.
I must have been out and about, and I closed the game. I opened it back pretty quick, and I was like, 17-0. What the fuck happened? What's going on right now? And I just so I just didn't even tune in much because I was like, this game is done.
Yeah, Darnold oblique injury be damned. It don't matter.
Yeah, I thought we were getting some horse cock lock. Well,
we may very well at some point.
He did get put in, actually. He did get put in.
Oh, yeah, that's true, because the game was so out of hand. They were
Yeah.
like, oh, what the fuck? Hang on. My monitor just fucking up. Okay, we're good.
There he is. Oh, there he's not.
Oh.
Oh, there he is.
All right, we're good. I think Bowie's been chewing on my DisplayPort cable, and so if it's sitting a certain way, it'll like start fucking
that's not
fucking
good.
up, and the connection goes bad. I don't know, because it's one of those like mesh cord cables, so it's like he probably can't get to the wire very easily, but I'm sure he's penetrated it a little bit at some point. So if it's like maybe it's twisted a certain way, that's when I get issues. It's totally fine now. But yeah. AFC side of things, of course.
Sucked. I mean, I'm being harsh. But
I mean, the Bills Broncos game was a good game, but like, mostly at least, I don't know, turnovers were hi Dirk, but I mean, it sucks that like Denver won and Bo Nix obliterated his ankle because like they eliminated each other. Like, what an anticlimactic finish to a like. It's almost like a draw in a playoff game. It's like like Denver's not winning the fucking Super Bowl with Jarrett Stidham. Sorry.
You never know.
They wouldn't win the Super Bowl with Bo Nix. Seattle's handling business regardless, I think.
What if we find out Stidham's better? All this time, we find out Stidham's fucking better.
You know what? I don't think it's impossible. We'll find out. We'll find out this Sunday. We'll see how it goes. I think I think New England's got it probably.
'Cause
CJ Stroud. We talked about it earlier. What a
yo,
fucking awful performance. Like Drake May wasn't good either, and he wasn't necessarily good against the Chargers. Didn't have to be neither of these games necessarily, but like he
and
wasn't
he's
like
not gonna have to be that good against the Broncos.
probably not like. But I mean, it was he made a couple nice throws in there, but got CJ, man, only player ever to have 5 fumbles and 5 interceptions in a playoff run. Which makes sense if you're turning the ball over 5 times. You
You're
don't
not
typically
playing another
advance.
game.
Right? Yeah, it's and if you are like typically you clean some things up. So,
Or get
did not
fucking
happen.
benched. Well, I was saying at halftime, I was like, you got to put Mills in, right? And then they didn't.
I think they don't want to kill his confidence heading into next season because he's probably going to be their quarterback next year. They're probably picking up the 5th-year option. I would be surprised
Yeah.
if they didn't still at this
I
point.
don't
He's
give a
going to be your
fuck about
quarterback
next
next year.
season. We're here
I get it.
now. And you
I get it.
suck. With that defense, you're like, hey, we could ride this. Let's put in fucking the Mills, bro.
Mac Jones taking Houston to the Super Bowl next year. Houston is now, I think, 0-8 in the divisional round all time. Can't even accidentally win a game in the divisional round. They're 0-8.
That was the one upside to them winning or losing. Was like cool.
Yeah. So they're still the only team to have never
Because
gone to a conference championship.
because Washington put a lot of heat on the Cowboys when they finally made it because the graphic forever was Washington and Dallas, both teams who have not made it in the NFC side. If the fucking other team in Texas makes the conference championship game before the Cowboys, it's just gonna be annoying as fuck.
I mean, the Cowboys at least have one in their history, like
multiple
because they've won multiple Super Bowls. Like, Houston has never made one. Another expansion team that came around in the early aughts, like something like that. Yeah,
as old as
01
me.
or whatever. Yeah, like it's a young team. I understand that, but like,
Thank you.
still, like Jacksonville's done it twice, I think. Like Carolina's done it twice. Like the other teams that came up when Houston's done it, they've all done it. Houston's never. It's just not. It's not ideal. Not ideal. I mean, obviously, someday they'll get over that hump. Obviously, this year is not that year. I think D'Amico will do it eventually. Like D'Amico's a damn good. I love him. It's a shame he's Texans coach and not literally anybody else's. But yeah, I have faith he'll get there someday. But I don't know if it's with Stroud. Like I have serious doubt that's going to be with Stroud.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Man, after that rookie year, I would not have expected this season of Stroud to be like this upcoming season to be like make or fucking break it.
Yeah.
Because if you suck, all right, let's try. Let's get somebody else.
Yeah. Let's see. Want to make our picks for this upcoming game?
Yeah. 2 games. We got 2 games, ladies and gentlemen.
3 games left on the season. Fuck.
So the AFC Championship game is first. It is Patriots at Broncos.
Actually.
Gotta go with Patriots.
Yeah.
Favored by 5?
Yeah, well, that sounds about right. That's 3:00 game.
Mile High, Denver.
Rams at Seahawks at 6:30. Seahawks favored by 2.5. Interesting. The Rams would be a half-point favorite. I don't know if I agree with that.
Give it a Hawks.
But yeah, I mean, I'll take New England to beat Denver just because Drake May is a whole hell of a lot better than Jared Stidham. I do think that matters.
Yeah.
Rams at Seahawks. I'll pick Seattle, but yeah, I mean the Rams could do it. Absolutely, we've already seen them do it this year. I just think Seattle to me just feels like they're gonna they got it.
It just comes down to Sam Darnold. Like if he's okay, not even spectacular, but if he's just okay, I think the Seahawks get it. If he's 4 interceptions, Sam Darnold. If he's into like last 2 games as a Viking, Sam Darnold, they're not gonna win, but. I trust him.
Yeah.
Give me the Darnold. He's got the fucking. He's the current host for the Ginger Quarterback
It would be so fucking funny if Darnold was the first quarterback in the 2018 class
Oh
to
yeah,
win a Super Bowl.
I've seen a lot of that.
All the talk, will it be Lamar, will it be Allen, like maybe a Baker sneak in there. Nah,
Josh
nah, it's
Rosen
gonna be
resurgent. I know that gets talked about all the time.
yeah, Dallas someday. I got another first round pick for you to rehabilitate, Jerry. Pick him up.
Get the chosen Rosen on the fucking roster.
Chosen Rosen on the phone. Let me talk to the Chosen Rosen, the Rosen one. Yeah,
Maybe
one of my
those two
favorite.
negatives would cancel out. Maybe he should come down to Dallas.
One of my favorite accounts on Twitter, his profile picture forever has just been a picture of Josh Rosen in a hot tub. It's just the Rosen one in a hot. It's a great picture. Yeah, big fan.
Wonder what his career looks like if he goes somewhere else. Is he still
Probably
a
not
backup?
much better.
But is he still a backup in this league? If he doesn't bounce from Arizona to Miami, like
Miami,
these teams were just at all time.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, possible.
What does a third round pick Josh Rosen look like? Taken somewhere to be a potential development / backup kind of guy. What happens, man?
It's a good question.
Gosh.
I will never know. We'll never know. But
I guess we'll never
fun to
know.
think about. I guess we'll never know. Is it top 3 time?
Yeah. Top 3 of the week. Cities you want to travel to.
Yes. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Fairly simple one, but
Yeah. Simple, but I'll kick us off. I'll go.
Sounds good.
I got my first one here in the country, but I have never been to New York City. A lot to do over there. If I can just obey Sharia law, I think I should be fine over there.
Sure.
Yeah, I pull up to the Nintendo store, check out the Empire State Building.
You're not a woman, so you should do all right over there.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Maybe get me a couple wives while I'm down there. See what the vibe is. But yeah, New York City. It's almost like a basic kind of like, you live in America, throw that bitch on the bucket list. Gotta go. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Without question.
Within the next 5 years, I'll go.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Bet.
I'll come with you. Do it. Number 3, I got Denver. I love Colorado, but I've never been to Denver. I would like to go to Denver, Colorado.
I had a layover. So I bought a shirt in the airport. I was like, give me a little Colorado shirt. Yeah, I've been to Colorado.
Yeah. Something like that. I mean, I've been to Colorado Springs, which is not far. But yeah, I've never been to Denver proper. Would like to. I do love Colorado. It's a great state. Would go with Denver. You're number 2.
My number 2. Win in Rome, baby. Let's go to Rome. Not a lot of nice, beautiful architecture. All roads lead to that bitch. Yeah, I don't know. It's that feels like another one where it's just like there's so much there, so much history there to see. Back when fucking men were men, dude. That's when men were men. So let's go reminisce on the good days. Keeping a little femboy in the party. Win in Rome. Yeah, I'll just go with Rome number 2. You're number 2.
Let's go to Tokyo. Fuck yeah. Going for the food. Going for the architecture as well, certainly. Love to see some Japanese architecture in person. Yeah, I think Tokyo would be a vibe.
Tokyo
would have a lot of fun.
For sure would be a vibe.
Definitely. That's another one of those, generally, a lot of people, it's on the list for them. Definitely on. You're number 1.
Well, my number 1, it's on everyone's list, right? You know what I'm saying? I got Tokyo at my number 1.
Type shit.
I mean, I love a lot. You know, they what a media exporting country. I can go see some Super Sentai stuff. I know they've got some stuff there to see. The inspiration and the original version of Power Rangers out there. They're gonna have some Nintendo stuff, some Pokemon stuff to go check out. A lot of good food out there for sure that I could be chowing down on. I just hope I don't get overwhelmed by the city. Big ass city, a lot of lights, a lot of people. Could be overwhelming for your boy. But one day, going over to Japan, Tokyo specifically. Yeah, that's my number one. Your number one.
Number one, I went with New York. That's another one that's on everybody's list. If you're American, you got to go to New York at some point. You got to find a way.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm a Mets fan. I got to find a way to go to New York during baseball season. I got to attend a home game. That'd be awesome.
Gross.
Go with my friend Chuck, who got me into baseball for better or for worse. Made me a Mets fan. It's so far, yeah. Although as far as I know, that's just the proper Mets fan experience. So I wouldn't have it any other way. But excuse me. Yeah, would love to see. Love to be go watch something on Broadway while I'm there. Absolutely. Another place, the food, 100%. I love New York style pizza, so definitely try some local spot there.
Name a country, you can find their food there.
Absolutely. You don't gotta go far. This kind of spot. So, meet the mayor. Get a photo with bro if he's out and about. Which he often is. So, yeah, handle that. I don't know. That's probably it. Probably it for New York. New York. Oh, another thing. This isn't top three related. The Titans do play the Jets next year because they both had last place schedules. I hope it's week one. I hope the Robert Saleh revenge game is week one, and I hope we curb stomp them. And like that's the culture setting game right there. And like that just carries momentum throughout the rest of the season. Getting that game early in the year, if that's like one of the first three games we play all year, the schedule makers us favor. Which they fucked us last year, frankly. So they owe it to us.
Nah, it could be second to last game of the season.
Oh my god! If it's week 17, I'm yeah, absolutely. If Titans Jets needs to be early in the year. That'd be awesome. I need that soon.
Need that.
Need that.
I
need that sloppy. We're gonna do what we've been on. Time?
Sure. What you been on, brother?
Heard that new ASAP Rocky. Don't be dumb. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's a solid album. Yeah, I had a good time with it. Quite a few songs that I quite enjoyed. I'm making it a habit to this year to log my music better when I listen. So I've got a list ranking all my favorite albums of this year. I've got what do you call it? Like I'm giving them all scores after I listen to them, just to get my rankings going as early as possible. Want to make sure I do properly log it this year. So every time I listen to a new album, I'll right away as soon as I can I'll go log it just so I know it's done, it's taken care of, and I don't forget. So I'll be like, oh, did I listen to that? I don't remember. Whatever. Now I know for sure I did. Watched some more Lego Ninjago, which I discussed earlier. Finished season 1. On to season 2. I definitely watched the first 3 seasons of the show. I don't know that I watched beyond season 3, so I'm excited to keep going. I started playing Mafia, and I really enjoyed the story so far through the first, I think, 4 chapters that I played of Mafia. This game I've heard is really good. I've never gotten to it. It's on my Steam family. Somebody else has it, so I started playing it. Been having a lot of fun with it. Play this other game called The Executive. It's where you are a movie producer. You start your own movie production company, and you make movies. And it actually the game starts in 1970, and there are movies being made that are like spoofs of real movies. And I actually I made a Star Wars ripoff. This was 1972 in my in the save I was playing on.
She.
And I'm looking around for directors, and I just click a guy who's got like you've got four different stats. It's the popularity of this actor or director domestically, their popularity internationally, how much critics like them, and how good their affinity for your script is that you come up with. Um, and the director that I chose didn't even read his name until I got to the selection screen. I was like ready to move on. Lord Jukas.
You were like, his
Lord,
affinity's high.
yeah, I'm like, oh shit, he's got a great understanding of my sci-fi script that takes place in space. Oh shit, that's Lord Jukas. So I had Lord Jukas directing A War in the Stars.
Okay.
Uh, and then he actually does go on to make his own like Star Wars in like 1977, whatever. Uh,
Rip off.
yeah. Oh, you can buy IPs in this game too. I bought the Fabulous Quartet. So I called them the Fabulous Foursome, just to keep the alliteration. So I was
Uh-huh.
making some Fabulous Foursome movies. Um, and like that one had a requirement where you have to make one every 3 years. So ball. So I actually ended up doing it where instead of making another Fabulous Foursome movie, I made a spin-off. It was a Mr. Fabulous solo film, and I made it a sci-fi horror. And that one didn't do as well, but I thought the concept was cool. Whatever, I had fun. But yeah, you can buy IPs based off of like there was an Iron Man one that I didn't end up buying. But like yeah, you can buy IPs based off comic books, TV shows, whatever. Like I bought one based off the Jetsons as well. Except the movie that I made out of that flopped, so I'm like I'm just gonna shelve that one. um, yeah. Excuse me, goodness. So yeah, I've had having fun with that, and like there's different ways you can play it. You can play it on a mode where you have unlimited money and you can just kind of do whatever. You can do it where you have um like you start with inheriting 30 million. You can do it where you're taking out a loan, you have to pay it back. Um, and you can also keep like you earn insights as you make movies of like what works and what doesn't, like what
Right.
to how much of your budget to allocate towards which aspect of the
Yeah.
film
Like
for what
a game dev
genre you're
tycoon
making.
type shit.
Right. Like if you're making a musical, you should put more of the budget into the sound department and the music. Like whereas, if you're making an action movie, you should put more of the spending in the special effects and get some stunt choreography in there. So and you gain insights throughout the playthrough
What
and
was the
you
name of this
can
game again?
actually the executive. It's $10 on Steam. $10. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with
Because
it.
this sounds, I mean, it just sounds like the movie version of like Game Dev Tycoon.
Oh shit, I've never played game dev.
Oh, it's dude, gas. I put a lot of hours into that one.
Then you might like the executive.
I'm
There's
I'm
an avocado meter instead of a tomato meter, and then the soda meter instead of the popcorn meter. I got a perfect 10 on both on this last run that I did. And the way I did it, I made you have to like spec in to like making a multi-genre film. I did a romance drama film, and the theme that I chose was infidelity. And that one did incredibly well. So that one was perfect tens across the board. And then it did not win the Oscar or whatever I forget what the
equivalent
Oscar
is.
equivalent is, but I had a 10 in one, a 10 in the other. It grossed really well at the box office, and I did not win. I know the Tony is called the Romy. I forget what the Oscar is right. Did not win the Oscar. I was very upset. Very sad.
Yeah,
My my
this is
my
okay.
fabulous foursome films, however, as well as my Pirates of Latin America films. They both did quite well. They both won awards, so that was fun. But yeah, let me look at Game Dev Type.
Yeah, that
Quick, let's
yeah.
see what's up with that. But I think that's it for me. If you want to go ahead and start telling me what you've been on, I'm gonna look at Game Dev.
Yeah, let's see. I watched the first episode of season 2 of Vinland Saga, finally starting that one back up. They got, because it starts off focusing on a different guy, not the main guy from the first season, but the guy from the first season pops up at the very end of the episode. The guy that you focus on at the beginning of this show, this first episode, is a fucking moron. Absolute moron. I won't spoil anything because great show, highly recommend watching, but
This also looks like Game Dev Tycoon.
yeah, once I saw like the way it kind of starts and then you build up into, it looks like, do you get like different offices as you go along and
You do.
hire
You
people?
build. There's 4 levels of offices each. So the first level, you can only fit 1 person.
Yeah.
And then it's 5, and then it's 10, then it's 18.
Yeah.
And you unlock like different departments. Like you get sales, you get marketing, you get your analytics department.
In game dev, you get like
Time
an
goes
R
on.
and you can do an R&D. There's an R&D group, and then there's the marketing department as well.
Nice.
Yeah, these seems like very
Similar
similar.
premise.
So yeah, I'll probably check out the executive then because I loved Game Dev Tycoon. That was a lot of fun. That's one I circle back to every now and then. If I'm like
tap in.
Yeah, if I'm like I need to play a game, I'll pull up some Game Dev Tycoon. Highly recommend. Yeah, so
You can start in either Hollywood or China, for films. Yeah, and the difficulty setting is essentially like your start, which is like, okay, you can either take out a loan with a ridiculous interest rate, or you can inherit $30 million from a dead great grandparent or some bullshit.
Sounds like the executive might have a couple more layers to it than Game Dev.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah. Oh, you also do eventually get to be able to make your own consoles in Game Dev Tycoon. Your own hardware.
Yeah. When one of the best things about the executive is once like physical media starts being made and you get like like VHS tapes and whatnot, because you can immediately like create deals, like ancillary deals for all of your backlog, and that's when a lot of the money really starts pouring in, is when you have, because even if you have a movie that flops at the box office, it might still be a profitable film over time just based on ancillary sales. So like you can be 2 million in the hole after the theatrical run is over, then you check like 6 months later and that movie's actually made a couple $1,000 because of the ancillary sales. So very huge once that comes into play, like a few years into the game. Yeah, and you got to get those deals in as soon as possible because that's real money.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else from me? No, I don't really think I've been on too much. Yeah, just been watching football, working on videos.
Naturally.
More cooking videos coming out. I think right after this, I'm gonna record the video pitching more Lego sets for Pokemon.
That's a great idea.
Making solid progress on the Nuzlocke video. Excited to get that one out. And then start the Gen 4 playthrough. That'll be a lot of fun.
Very excited for that Gen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also doing like now that Streamlabs lets me do like horizontal and vertical at the same time. Making clips of the streams will be a lot easier because it'll just be ready to just be cut up. So that'll be great. I think that's it. I think that's it for me.
Word.
Cool. Then yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and like the video, comment anything down below, subscribe to keep catching these every week. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. And as always, keep gaming.
And Titans winning the Super Bowl next year.